Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm David Mathis, and I want to thank you guys all for the support. The channel growth has been tremendous, and it's all because of you guys, so thank you. If you guys are liking the content, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it, all right? Today, I want to talk about how fast should you approach your reverse diet. Now, there's many different factors that play into why you should reverse diet and the routes that you can go. So I just want to go over a few things that I do as a coach with my clients when going over considerations about how to approach their reverse diet. First of all, how long have they been dieting? Okay. Or have they been dieting for a show? Were they dieting for just general fat loss? How much body fat did they actually drop, and how long of a deficit were they in for? Those are important things to understand because that's going to kind of help give you a guide to how you're going to set up the reverse diet moving forward, okay? Another thing you need to take into consideration is how is the person feeling, right? Did they get blood work? Is their blood work completely thrown off? Now, if you're coming from somebody that just got done with a contest prep, their blood work's probably going to be thrown off, okay? So that's normal. How are they feeling though? Are they getting through the day? Do they have energy? Are they not having other negative adverse health issues, things like that? Those things are going to determine at what rate you go about the reverse diet, right? Maybe you get a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you go a little bit conservative. Maybe you go ultra conservative, right? So these are things that you need to, as a coach or as a client, be communicating with each other so that you can accurately and appropriately set up your reverse diet so that you have the best success moving forward. So some things I like to do just right off the bat is I usually like to, and let me preface this by saying this is very individually based, okay? So I'm just giving you general guidelines. Obviously, I take into account each individual client I work with when making their own recommendations, but this is kind of the general guideline that I like to start with, okay? I initially like to take their calories up from their lowest point where they're finishing their fat loss or their contest prep at, and give it a 5 to 10% calorie boost, okay? So depending on where you drop your calories to, that's going to play a factor in to how big of a boost we make right off the bat, right? Also taking into consideration how you're feeling at the time, and what are your goals moving forward? Do you plan on competing again this year, or are you planning on taking an extended time off? Or are you someone that has lost the fat that they want and now they want to just try to rebuild muscle for a sustainable lifestyle, things like that? So we establish an initial bump, right? Maybe 5, maybe 10% of the calories that they finished at on their fat loss or contest prep diet. From there, it's a week by week process, okay? Now, if someone's going an ultra conservative route, depending on how their weight gain is, and you're setting parameters each week as far as how much acceptable weight gain you're looking for, or you could set it by month if you want to do it like that. Ultra conservative, I would look at somewhere between maybe 1.5 to 2% calorie increase per week if your weight's staying pretty stable, right? Or just going up slightly. Now, obviously, if your weight's shooting up really fast and you're not comfortable with that amount of fat gain, you're going to want to slow down the rate at which you are increasing calories per week. Just understand that the more aggressive you're willing to get with the reverse diet is going to play a large factor into how much willingness you are to put on body fat, because you can and will probably put on some body fat with a reverse diet, okay? The purpose of a reverse diet, although contrary to popular belief, because a lot of people do see it, see weight loss on it, the goal of a reverse diet is to repair your adapted metabolism, okay? In order to do that, you need to increase calories. You need to put on a little bit of weight. That is going to set you up for not only proper health function moving forward, getting your health markers back to a good spot, but also setting yourself up later on down the road for another effective fat loss phase. So you have to decide at what rate you're willing to put on body fat. If you want to go slow, if you're feeling okay, you're not experiencing a lot of stress, a lot of hormone issues, then you can kind of go a little bit slower. So maybe that 1.5 to 2% calorie increase per week, okay? If you want to go kind of a conservative route, I would probably look about that 2 to 2.5% calorie increase per week. Now, if you want to get a little bit more aggressive, say you're coming off of a contest prep, say you're coming off of a fat loss and you're just feeling like crap, right? You're not sleeping good at night, your appetite's not there, you're getting sick a lot, and you just need to get your hormones back up to a good level, I would recommend probably increasing a little bit quicker, okay? Maybe around the 4% calorie increase per week. Now, let's just put those into numbers, okay? If you are on a 2,000 calorie diet and you do 2% per week, that's about a 40 calorie increase per week, okay? Now, if you go to 3%, that's about a 60 calorie increase per week. 4%, that's about an 80 calorie increase per week. If you go up to 5%, that's gonna be right at about 100 calories per week, right? So you can see, obviously, the 5% is going to allow you to restore your hormones a little bit quicker than, say, the 2%, but that's a difference of 40 calories and 100 calories. That's 60 extra calories a week. If you're doing that over the course of time, let's just say a month, right? That's 60 calories per week times 4. That's 240 calories, extra a month faster that you're gaining during the reverse diet, right? That you are adding onto your calorie intake. So you got to keep these things in mind. There is no right way, there is no wrong way. You have to understand what your goals are for the reverse and what you're comfortable with. Talk with your coach, talk about what kind of weight gain and rate that you are comfortable with. What are your goals for the future? Don't be afraid to stay put at your calories for a while, right? Just because you might have gained a little bit more one week doesn't mean that you need to cut back on calories. You just might need to give your body a little bit more time to grow into those calories for another week or two. Slow is the name of the game, guys, okay? Slow and steady with fat loss, slow and steady with a reverse diet. It all comes down to understanding what your goals are, setting it up properly, either for yourself or with your coach, and executing that plan to a T. So hopefully this helps you a little bit, kind of get a general idea of how to set up your own reverse diet. If you are looking for help, you're coming out of a show, or you're just looking to plan a successful reverse diet after a good long fat loss phase, and you're looking for a coach, please reach out to me, david@biolane.com. You can find me on my website, www.coachdavidmathis.com, and you can find me on Instagram @MathisFitness. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you learned a little something more. Leave some comments in the comment section below. Are you currently reverse dieting? Are you thinking about reverse dieting? Do you have any questions about reverse dieting? I'd love to try to help you out. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that little notification button because I am putting out regular content.